Hey all, John aka Whisky and Sound, back again with another episode of Boilermaker Mondays. Now, I am going to get onto a pairing which is done by the folk of Whisky and Alement. Now, I'm pretty positive this is done by Lockie because I know at one stage he went through a bit of a Kaiju beer pairing craze. So, I dare say this is one of his crazy concoctions. And the reason why I want to try this particular one is because he's given us a sample of Armagnac. Now, for those that don't know what Armagnac is, now it's something that I'm not going to act like I know everything about it. I'm still actually learning about it. I know it is some funky stuff, really funky stuff. Well, some of the stuff that I've tried anyway has been pretty funky. So, look, long story short, with Armagnac, so it's made southwest of France. They it's used with it's blended with or it's a distilled wine with a whole heap of blends in there. So it's not just a particular kind of grape that gets used and is then distilled into a copper pot still setup, which is what they do for cognac. With Armagnac, it's in a column still, and it's a whole heap of blends of grapes that they've used in the wine process, which then gets barrel aged, and that could be anything between 4 to 5 to 30 to 50 to 60 year old, and the rest keeps going. I think the oldest Armagnac I've ever tried is maybe a 35-year-old, and that was pretty cool. I've tried some older cognacs, but I haven't tried a great deal of Armagnac. So I thought today would be a real cool chance. This is a relatively younger Armagnac to try. It's a Gelas Armagnac, which I hope I pronounce it one right. So it is a 16-year-old, which has been finished off in Black Noble cask, which was a dessert wine made by Bortoli, and it possessed a thing called noble rot or botrytis rot uh, on the grapes. So it's that dessert wine with a bit of a twist towards it. So on that very note, we're going to be up for some very interesting nosing notes as well as some tasting notes as well. And what the guys at Whisky and Alement have got this paired back with is. I'm trying not to break my glass in the meantime. All right, let's pour this sample out. Wring that one out. Make sure there's nothing left. Right, so 47.5%. Now, oh, that's got a nose that just kind of greets you at the face. So you don't have to go to the glass for that one. That's for sure. That's very nice. So the beer that he has that paired back with, as I was mentioning before, Kaiju beer. So he's gone with Betelgeuse double red ale. So 10%. So we can expect some big things out of this. I'll be curious to see. Actually, no, I can guess why he's probably gone around. I mean, it's quite easy to go a stout with something like this, but not anything imperial either. I dare say, probably like more like the darker ale, or actually a darker ale, but not a heavy ale, or not going into like stouts and porters. So, but definitely like a darker beer would really complement this with its the coffee nuts that you'd expect, or even just the noble rot funk is going to be a different one as well. Botrytis cask is something that it's not really commonly used in barrel aging with whiskey. I know that much. Like I've only ever come across it a couple of times with whiskey, so I dare say it may be more commonly practiced amongst cognac and Armagnac. Uh, don't quote me on it. I really should do some research on that for myself though, because I'm actually really curious about that. So on that note, let's try this one out. So, all right. Now it does have a bit of a funk about it. Definitely get coffee, licorice, leather. This is almost starting to come across like a rum. I'm getting like rum vibes off it. So very, yeah, very anise and or very star anise, and yeah, espresso coffee, some dark cocoa is in there. Grape notes really there, but probably needs a little bit of probably would need a little bit of air time as well, I'd say, or maybe like a little bit of warming up time. It is, it's not that cold in the house, but we're in a cooler, situation than what we were 3 or 4 months ago. That's for sure. So I know, woke up this morning to a 2 degree frosted car or frostbitten car, I should say. So that wasn't cool. Well, actually, that was a bit too cool. Yeah, so now I'm starting to get like a molasses kind of note on the nose as well. So this is probably going to be one that's. Oh, hang on. Am I getting like a? What am I getting? What's that note that I'm getting on the back end there? It's almost like. Ah, what are you? It's. Look, it's a stone fruit that I'm picking up. It's not quite. Well, maybe it is mango. Well, I don't. Maybe it is mango that I'm picking up, or yeah, I think that is. It's probably a mango note that I'm picking up, blended with everything else. It's just masking, you know, what you typically pick up on a mango note. Yeah, there's a bit more tropical underlaying there now. Now that that's had a little bit more warming up in the glass to do. So then I'm starting to lose that initial leathery note that I was picking up on before. So yeah, this is going to open up and do some stuff, I think. 16 years that it's sat in a cask with noble rot treated um, wine. So who knows what direction this can go. But anyway, let's get some on the palate. Mm. That is so drawing across the mid palate, front and mid palate, the back palate. Oh, lovely, lovely tropical fruits and tropical fruits, stone fruits. That molasses note, um, getting cinnamon. I am getting cinnamon, and yeah, see, it's almost reminiscent of of an aged rum, but there's other things that are going on with it too. It's a very nice Armagnac. I actually really like that. Now to try to pair it back with the beer that's been provided for in this pairing. So Kaiju beer, Betelgeuse double red. Let's see how we go. Oh yeah, a nice. It's one thing that's consistent with Kaiju beers is just that lovely hoppy element. That element, element. Uh, yeah, I think that's a real nice compliment that goes with this. I'm actually going to go the beer first, and then I'm going to go the Armagnac next and see how that goes. Um, because this is quite hop driven, and yeah, and it's 10%, so it's not a lightweight, that's for sure. So this double red ale has definitely got some, yeah, definitely got some balls about it. So let's see how we go with a beer wash whiskey red. Oh, beer wash Armagnac rinse. Let's see how we go with that. I'm still trying to get used to doing other spirits in these Boilermaker pairings, so which is why I'm really going to be making the effort to start doing more of them. And really changing it up and not just sticking to whiskey. Right, so beer wash. Man, I can definitely tell the mo's growing back because I'm seem to be getting my beer froth mo happening again. All right, now Armagnac rinse. Whoa! What a twist! What a twist that was! Man, that's got mega nutty on the palate. That is a really solid pairing. I've got to give credit to where it's chewing on that one. That's oh, that's hazelnutty now and dark chocolates. I'm getting on that. That's gorgeous. Like rum and raisin as well, but really hazelnutty. So that is definitely the way to go. That is that's really nice. I'm really impressed with that beer, with that beer and Armagnac pairing. Bloody hell! Right, this is. I'm gonna go back the other way and see if I'm missing anything here. But I think beer wash, Armagnac rinse. Oh, beautiful! Just really loved how that. I'm just at a loss for words. That was a really nice finish that I was getting then. It was actually taking me by surprise. So that was really good. So hats off to people at Whisky and Alement for pairing this one up because this just absolutely rocks. And that beer couldn't have just what a pick. Oh, now the licorice is really starting to come through on this. More toffee it's turned into now. Definitely toffee now. Yeah, so this is just going to keep on evolving. Definitely going to keep on evolving. So, I love the little tropical fruit bursts that you get. It's just like this back palate explosion. And then once the dust settles, then like all the other underlying fruits and other sugars and everything else that comes off the palate just start to show their colours. Yeah, I think this is one that I'm going to probably sit on a little bit more and let the beer kind of start to warm up a bit. I should have brought this can out a little bit earlier and just let it warm up a little bit as I'm really starting to find with these darker beers. Just don't let them turn to piss warm. Just let them get to like a. Don't drink them chilled. That's one thing I'm definitely finding with the older, or like with the darker ales or the darker beers is just don't drink them straight at the fridge chilled. I mean you can and they do taste good. It's very hop driven at the moment. So once this kind of beer starts to warm up a bit, then a little bit more starts to come to surface. And I think with something like an Armagnac as well, which also very similar to a cognac, where because it's one, yeah, because it's wine based, needs time to breathe, needs time to warm up, get some air into it. So having the beer that's had a little bit of airtime in it where it's not chilled is only going to complement it even more. So that's, and I mean, just giving like a little preview now as to what I've just had. This is making a really nice Boilermaker that I'm going to enjoy for the rest of the the rest of the evening. That's for sure. It's probably one that I really have to stretch out because I don't have a great deal of this stuff left. That is really good. And I'm pretty sure this particular bottling is also still available. So I would not mind grabbing this, revisiting this with some more darker ales, maybe even a pastry stout. Maybe. Nothing too big. But yeah, like even a spiced amber ale would probably work really well with this as well. So that's definitely, and it gives me a good head start as to what way or what direction I can take with cognacs and armagnacs. So yeah, there's definitely more work here to be done, and it won't be the last one, that's for sure. So yeah, cool. Well, thanks for watching this episode, and hopefully I've open your eyes up as far as trying other spirits are concerned, and trying a cognac with a beer or armagnac with a beer or something else as well. So I have been given some ciders, so and I have heard all this talk about doing cider pairings, and I don't know. That thought almost half scares me because that's like very untapped territory for me, to be honest. So I'm going to need education, homework on that one. So that is definitely one that I'll be keeping an eye out on, and hopefully I'm able to bring a more educated display to show you guys and girls. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching tonight's episode, and I'll see you guys and girls on the next one next week. And I will try to change it again to a different form of spirit. So whether I go to a rum, whether I go to a tequila, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what direction it goes. But either way, you're going to find out shortly enough. Have a good night, all.